off video. By this point, you're going to think these people have got a problem. And that's because, once again, for the, I don't know, 4th, 5th, 6th time that we've made a video, we are out on the road about to get another animal. And I am so excited about this one. This time, the animal that we're getting is another husky puppy.
Alright, today Mom and Dad are off to Utah to go get a husky puppy, and we're here all alone, and so this is what it's like here at Mission Top when no parents are around.
To the break of dawn, yo!
Alright, we're going to start the day off with changing the sheep paddock, and then we'll just go from there. Maybe order a few pizzas, watch a few movies, you know, whatever we want, because Mom and Dad are gone.
Are you ready for the best girls? The niche big West girls.
I'm joking about all that stuff, by the way, but I'm just, you know, just maybe, might happen, maybe not.
The reason we are getting another husky puppy is that we have this dog, Lyra, a husky, and she has been the best dog. I mean, we couldn't ask for a better dog. We love her and have so much fun with her. She is so much part of our family now, and we feel like, you know, she sees us as her pack. And so all of our days, so much of our day interacts with Lyra and taking care of her. But the one thing that we've noticed about Lyra that we just can't feel as a family is that we notice that she loves other dogs. And even though we try to play with her, try to give her that kind of dog behavior and play that she wants, there's just nothing to her like being with other dogs. And she's always loved other dogs from day one. And so as sometimes we're there in the house, maybe kind of seeing her lay around the house when we can't take her out or take her on a walk. And just these last few weeks, especially while she was in heat and we were really keeping her in the house, I just kept on getting this feeling, now is the time we need to find her a boy dog that she can play with, a male dog that she can play with. She needs a mate that she can play with, which I guess would mean she needs a Playboy playmate. I'm gonna regret saying that.
Yep. Corinne, Owen. Oh, wait. Never mind. Hey, Rose Gold. Hello. How are your horns doing? See it. Stay on target. Stay on target. The weatherman leads them in. That's a new one.
We are on the road. We found this one. I got looking on some ads for dogs and found the one that I think would be the perfect dog. We're still working on a name, not ready for a name. Of course, we need to see him and meet him and everything like that. But that's why we are out here. This time I'm here with Sarah, and I'm here with the tail end of the crew. We have the 3 youngest girls. We have Tori and Kira Ray and Kirsten with us. And we figure we got to start taking them on trips and kind of getting them accustomed to this, because we figure they're going to be maybe the tail end of our kids that have to take care of us in our old age, and we need to make sure that we have built up a reserve of capital that we can call on when we're going to ask them to take us on trips and take care of us someday when the tables are reversed. But as a final thought here, I want to explain why I get so excited about these moments of picking up these animals. And to a large extent, and I know this will sound weird to begin with, and hopefully it makes sense after I explain, it really feels like you're getting another part of your being, and you're adding upon yourself, if you were. And let me explain what I mean by that, because we're taught in society that we are a self, we are an individual, and I'm Gary Nuila, and that is who you are. And we are. That is something that is true. We are, of course, individuals. But if you think about it, and I've tried to kind of train myself to think this way, and I think it is a more expansive and, dare I say it, better way of thinking. We can't just see ourselves as individuals. To begin with, we are not just an individual. We're actually many things. In fact, we are infinite amount of things. You could say we are a whole world. We are a whole universe in and of ourselves. And what I mean by that is that if you really kind of ponder about what you are, you'll notice that you are more kind of a loose collection of spirits, personalities, beings, systems, cells, even creatures when it comes down to the bacteria in your gut, that kind of loosely answers to the address of Gary Nuila in my case. But you're all these separate things, and it's the object of a lifetime, I guess you could say, to try to put yourself together, if you will, to have all these loose things be a unified world, a collected world. And that's why we say, oh, that so-and-so needs to put themselves together, or I'm really getting myself together at this point. That's what we mean by that, is that we know we're this loose collection of things, and that it's hard because there's things that pull us this way and things that pull us that way. We have different parts of us that pull us to things that we know aren't always the highest thing. We're trying to then, the object then is to unify ourselves, to point all those passions, again, spirits, systems, unify them to some higher ideal. So that's one aspect of ourselves.
Okay. Let them be free. Is everything good over there, Thomas?
Yep.
Should we herd them over?
Yeah, go on the sides. Come on. Go on the sides.
You come on my side, and we'll just...
Don't stress them out.
But the other thing about ourselves is that we are not just again one thing. We are a part of something much bigger. And at Mission Top, and with my family, my wife and kids, and even my extended family, you really start to see how that works as well. That it's like, where do you stop, and something else begin? It's not so clear. So take for example there at Mission Top, all these things, all these creatures that we've added. When it comes down to it, are they really that much different than, say, the different parts of your body, your toe, your fingers? You hardly ever think of those things, and at a large extent they don't usually exist until they hurt or something like that, and you kind of bring your attention to them, and they let you know something about the world. This ground is cold, or something like that. Well, to a large extent, these other animals and creatures there on our farmstead act in very much the same way. The sheep help me to feel the quality of the earth and the forage. They help me to feel out things that I couldn't sense before. My dog Lyra will bring things to my attention, such as the fact that I have been sitting around, for example, the computer for several hours, and she needs to be taken out. So I realize, oh, she's like part of me in a big way. Okay, after delivering my little thoughts here, Sarah said she has something to say about that.
I've been in enough car road trips with Gary to know that we kind of get going, kind of drink some sort of caffeinated beverage to help him kind of stay awake and alert, and then this kind of stuff starts to flow. So that's what you guys just got.
This video brought to you by Pepsi Real Sugar, which, if you know anything about my kind of thinking, I don't love products like Pepsi, although it is really good, I think, this particular Real Sugar kind. And I would much rather make my own and hope to someday. So just know that this is a step towards something better and more beautiful, not something that I'm particularly proud of.
Sometimes we look up on these trees and there's nice little steps onto them, maybe some bird watch areas. But we just found this one, and it's got some steps that you could probably climb up. Let's see it, Owen. Master tree climber, Owen Nuila.
No.
Yeah.
It's not like I can't climb a tree every day.
Amazing.
Again, some of this thinking may feel very weird to some of you, but I, again, encourage you to think about it and realize that we are not just individuals, we are part of bigger things. And so you could say that, yeah, my family, my wife and my children, you know, we are a greater being. We have a head, we have a body, we have parts, we have a spirit that is contained within that being. But with each of these animals that we've added, it's just as much the same thing. I mean, this little puppy, for example, will impact my day every day, several times a day, for at least the next decade, hopefully, as long as there's no accidents or something like that, but hopefully up to 14 years or something like that. My life will be intertwined with this being. So that's why you can understand why going and picking up something like this puppy is such a big deal when you really start to think about it, because it's like picking up another child. I mean, it's like having another child, because your life, especially when they're a puppy, is going to be that much bound up with this kind of thing. So if you can understand that, you'll understand how I see myself as part of this greater being of, again, my family, of Mission Top, of my community, of, you know, you could say a state, my nation, and ultimately the whole world. That, you know, I just as much could say I am the world. I am the Mission Valley. From I am the family of Gary and Sarah and Nuila, because I am part of that being, and each of those levels of being has a spirit, and I, you know, participate in that being. And these ways of thinking are so different than how we're taught to think, where we, you know, this all we are is this body, this consciousness, etc. But again, if you pause and ponder on these things, you'll realize that you can't tap into these greater kind of collective consciousnesses or spirits. And on the flip side, you can go down a level into yourself and realize that within yourself are these other consciousnesses within you, these other spirits, these other personalities, you could say. All right, girls, we're all gassed up. Let's keep going on the journey, huh? Uh-huh.
I can't blame this on the caffeine. This is just Gary, normal Gary. That would happen no matter what.
I mean, even at a scientific level, this kind of thing is starting to emerge. And one example that that maybe you've heard of is these split brain experiments that they did with people. I'll have to maybe put some details down below where you can access them and actually look at them. But basically, as part of a treatment to try to get people who had seizures to stop having seizures, they would cut the corpus callosum. That's the bundle of nerves that connects your right and left hemispheres in your brain. And so they did that as this way to stop people having seizures, and it worked. But what they found out was that once they had cut the right and left hemispheres of the brain, they found out that these people that had that done literally had two separate personalities operating within them. And there's some fascinating ways of how they discerned that there were actually two completely separate personalities. And I'm talking completely separate, such as they kind of like, one of these personalities would believe in God and the other one wouldn't. You know, one of them would lean right in politics, another one would lean left. And I'll have to put some links to some things that kind of flesh out how they're able to do this, because it's just absolutely fascinating. But my main point was that maybe what we don't realize is that contained within us is a number of different beings, you could say, worlds, systems, personalities, spirits, whatever you want to say, that come together, that we hold together into, you know, this consciousness that we have. And that's what makes ourselves an individual. And again, like I was saying before, that you just have to think about how difficult it is to hold yourself together, to unify yourselves, to put yourself together. Realize that's what's happening inside of you. And if that's what's happening inside of you in your consciousness, what's to say that you aren't also part of some greater consciousness, or many different greater consciousnesses? And you know, my immediate family and Mission Top are just two of those greater beings or consciousnesses that I think I'm a part of. So if this hasn't kind of blown your mind, or you know, maybe you vehemently disagree with me and this is rubbed you wrong, or maybe this has blown your mind and you're like, yeah, like I can see that. Regardless, I hope I've got you thinking and realize just how much an event of going and picking up a puppy can actually be a profound event, because it's impacting, you know, who I am at the various eyes, levels of I that I am. So yeah, that's, I guess, all I have to say about that. Hotel Points does it again, huh, girls?
Yeah. There's a stinky bug on me. Yeah. A tattoo bug.
Alright, this is day 2 of Mom and Dad being gone now, and yesterday went pretty smoothly. We got all of our chores done, all the animals fed, we got our schooling done and stuff, and it made for a quite relaxing evening with a nice fire, and got to watch a couple of movies, but overall it was pretty enjoyable. And so we're looking forward to them coming home today, and we're excited to see our new member of the family. So,
all right, everybody. This is our new little friend here. Keep in mind he's never been on a leash, so he's actually doing pretty good. Hello? Hello, buddy? Can you hold still for 1 second? Probably not. Yeah. Trying to bleed some energy out of him. We have a long drive to go, and I'm gonna take him on a big walk here. But this, we are thinking we are gonna call him Strider. We'll see if he likes that. All right, let me help him get acquainted a little bit more with this leash. We've been out here now for, I don't know, half an hour, 40 minutes. And I'm so pleased that he's just kind of fallen in line. He's curious and inquisitive, but he's not challenging the leash. And I'm loving everything about him. His markings, really love his eye makeup. And yeah, this little guy's growing on my heart here.
So we came out today to change the paddock, and to our surprise, one of the moms just barely just lambed 2 baby lambs. So it's always great when you get to see new ones, and you know they're just there, and it's like you don't even believe that it even happened. It's just so like heartwarming to see them all together.
We were a little bit hesitative because he is 14 weeks old, and that's kind of pushing it on the limit of kind of socialization for puppies. Usually you want to get them around 8 to 10 weeks, if I understand right, and between 10 and or that 8 and 16 weeks is when you really want to socialize your puppies, get them used to your family, get them used to humans, get them used to all the other basic kind of puppy commands and dog commands that you want. So, you know, we're a little bit hesitated. We're going to show up and he'd be this dog that really didn't like humans and was skittish or something would be wrong with them, but here he is, and so far so good.
Okay. All right, just anytime you're ready.
All right, well, you can come closer.
Okay.
All right, we're just about an hour in with this guy. He's already winning our heart. He's been really good. Of course, there's a lot we don't know about him yet, but he has been a good boy.
Look at those eyes.
Good boy.
Wow. These are your friends. Casey, would you like them? Okay.
One of the lambs, it was kind of like on the ground for a bit, and so we were worried that we might have an orphan. But I went over there and it got up, and I made sure not to touch it because when you touch it, you get more of your scent on it, and then the mom might not recognize that it's her baby. And so it got up and it went over to its mom and immediately started nursing. And so it's a really great experience to see them just all together like that.
He will be so weak and pale, and Delilah sighing answered, "Oh, the tender care I can give him."
All right, we couldn't take the smell anymore. So Strider is getting his first bath, compliments of a nice doggy wash in Pocatello, Idaho. He's being a good guy, good sport. I know he probably hates this. All right, we got a brand new smelling Strider here.
We found that this is where she laid down for when she was lambing, and then, well, I mean, there's a little bit of like fluids and stuff over there, but then we think that she moved over here, and then that won't get too close, but there's like a bag there, and you can just, yeah, we just know from when we were in England, that's what comes from when they lamb. Looks like they're all happy over there. I hope that they will be strong.
Leaned back before the fireplace in the hollow. He spoke in even more detail of the coming of the return of the king, and of the ball the king planned, a ball for the queen.
All right, we're here to rest stop in Montana. We're back in Montana, making our way back home. Probably won't get home until dark. Strider has been doing good. All in all, again, I'm just impressed with this guy. I think he's got some confidence to him. The breeder said that he was the most dominant of the dogs that they had out of a litter of 9. And that's probably pretty good because he'll match good with Lyra, who's a bit more submissive, and they'll probably be a good pair that way. But he seems to have the kind of confidence where I'm used to dealing with Lyra, who kind of lacks that confidence, and it's been refreshing to see him kind of so resilient in so many new circumstances. We are going to love you. We are going to love you. Yes, yes. We're going to love you in this family. You are already an awesome dog.
Check this out. Give me.
guys, get ready. Oh boy. Oh man. Okay guys, I'll tell you when. It'll be after they park. Nobody move. Once the lights turn up, once their lights turn off. Do a countdown though. You will. Okay. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go!